Welcome back to the second half of Chapter 11. This is an It Is What It Is run through The Evil Within. We're in this office building we've found after falling down through an elevator out of the sky into a water. We've managed to work our way through the streets, killed our first imitation Ruvik. Gotta be careful with those bombs. I had been doing so well with those, and then the last few videos, you see, I've missed my timing. On casual too, with those nice big wide blue areas to stop the needle in, shouldn't be a problem. I'm so terrible at that. When it gets to later on, when we're publishing our Akamu run, you'll see you have really narrow blue lines. I don't even attempt. I attempted a couple of them here and there during the run, and they're just so stressful.
Have you forgotten something?
The problem is you don't. On It Is What It Is run, you get resources for your crossbow there, and of course, I'm overflowing with resources in this It Is What It Is run. Since I can't upgrade any of my carrying capacity, I'm constantly full of everything. But really, this was just a trip back to heal, I guess, and pick up a couple of resources. I mean, we were just here, right? So, I mean, you saw at the beginning of the video, we left here. We were ready to go. I missed one of those bombs, and so I'm back here. I don't know what specific resource I'm looking for here. It seemed like there wasn't much left for me to pick up. Okay, let's try this again. So far, the first 2.5 minutes of the video haven't been all that productive, but you did get to see me blow up myself. Okay, as we leave this part of the office building, I think eventually, come on.
Kidman?
So you could hear if I'd actually walked out there, he would kind of look. I think you can look out that window there and see her running. Okay. Okay. I was like, this should be a cutscene. She's apparently in a lot of danger here with a whole lot of zombies chasing her out onto a narrow ledge.
Better get over.
Now, in our first playthrough, I of course pulled out the sniper rifle and dutifully started shooting zombies. That's not the approach you're supposed to take. It sort of works, except for it doesn't really help anything. It doesn't change anything. So what you need to do is just come out here, wait for this gate to start opening. And of course, if you remember from the last episode, there are creatures in the water, so you don't want to spend much time in the water. But it's all timed for, you're supposed to get through that gate. If you don't get through the gate, then of course the monster will get you. If you get through the gate, then you're fine. As long as you swim to the stairs. There's actually something over farther to the right that you could have also swam to. But they're going to show you that there is actually danger in the water. Don't just swim through the water. It literally stops you there. It's not. It's almost like a cutscene, but not quite. You can kind of move the camera around.
Kidman, hold on!
Help! There's too many of them!
Shooting them from here does nothing. It doesn't help. I mean, they die, but they'll be there when you get there anyway. I find this shot annoying in the sense that I feel I'm pretty clearly not shooting the wall, and yet it hits the wall anyway. But if you shoot the body, at least on casual, a body shot from a sniper rifle kills him. Remember always bait and then swim. Now the reason you wanted to go up those stairs and get that guy first time is because if you don't, when you come over here and you try to stand on this, you're going to wind up in a gun battle with him. That every time he knocks you off this car, you've got a problem. Glad I noticed that didn't drop the body. If you don't drop the body, you just got to wait until the next time the gate opens. Don't try two of them. Now the body that's a little closer over there to the gate, I believe that one has it's a firefighter and has a canister on his back. You can actually burst that canister and you can do some damage. You might even kill one of these monsters in the water. You hit it just right, drops down, he eats it, it explodes. I think it kills it. I'm not sure if it kills it or not. But there's two of them and there's only one guy with one tank, so it still winds up being the same thing. You still gotta wait until the gates open, then swim for it. But, you know, do the bait. Do the bait as soon as the bell goes off and the gate starts opening, and then swim for it. I've had this little area here go really, really well, and I've had it go really, really bad before. It goes very strange this time. And by strange, you'll see what I mean. I've had that guy that was in front of us over there, I've had him get stuck. And that'd be an okay thing. This time they all see me, and of course, now I'm surrounded. And how this works out is sort of odd. The shotgun's sort of the key in the sense that it knocks them back. I decided I don't want to use another shotgun shell, but having a bunch of them there and blowing that up works fine. And then how these guys lose track of me is I walk right in front of them. One right behind the other. Just doesn't seem to notice. And then this guy runs right across in front of me. Still somehow he didn't see me. This worked out very strange. I just thought it was strange. I mean, it worked out in my favor, I guess. It went smoothly enough. I didn't take too much damage. We went from going very far south very quickly to just okay. 3 stealth kills in a row right at the end. Lots of goo. I've also had this next part go
Kidman, it's me.
Oddly well and oddly bad from time to time.
If you hadn't come along.
Sometimes Kidman's a pretty good shot. Sometimes she's.
Save it for later. There are probably more of them around.
Look out!
She's popping heads right at the beginning, and then she just ignores this guy. Like, I thought, man, you're just popping heads off. Let's you pop off another one. Okay, fine. I'll stealth kill him. She shoots him just as I get there. I've had that area go very badly. There's enough of them if they start seeing me. I've had this guy go badly too. This is one of those areas I'm not looking forward to in the Akuma run, where you can't take any damage. You see, we only took minor amounts of damage, but every one of those is a death kill the other way. I don't know why. You Grenade works pretty well here, except for it's kind of hard to get an angle where you need it, of course, to go over that barricade that he's standing in front of, but it's got to go through the door as well. So it's having a hard time deciphering what I thought that blue arch was trying to tell me. Finally decided I thought I had it. See, I got shot several times there, so that obviously is not an approach that's going to work if you're trying to go hitless. I lost a good third of my life. You're likely to find this key on your first playthrough because you're likely to push the elevator. You don't know that the elevator doesn't work. It doesn't go anywhere. But there is a key in it. It's a 35 out of 47. Nowhere to go but down, man. What are you waiting for? So now this one winds up being kind of a walking, talking session between Kidman and Sebastian. Some kind of interesting information in it. Not a whole lot of detail, though.
I'm so glad you're all right. Ever since the church,
You were at the church?
Yeah, Joseph and I. He's in bad shape, or at least he was when I last saw him.
What about the boy from the hospital? Leslie?
I found him in a cage. He freaked and ran, though.
This area feels like a big area. There isn't a whole lot to do right here. There's some good to pick up, a box to break. But there is a map piece that's coming up that's really kind of hard to... The best description I have out of it is, I don't know, people who play these games may or may not have ever played the Myst games and Riven, the second Myst. There was... I was stuck for days on Riven, trying to figure out how to go. I couldn't seem to open anything else up. And it all has to do with looking behind. You open a door, and opening the door kind of closes off another area. If you then close the door from inside the building that you walked into, it opens. You can see that there's a hallway you can walk in. Well, this has that same sort of feel to me. It didn't really close it off. But when you open this door, the animation of opening the door walks you past this little hallway. So this has that same feel to me.
Maybe it doesn't affect
You have to
everybody.
look basically in the right place at the right time to even notice that there was a... I mean, why you would even think you could walk there? You just open the door. As soon as you open the door, there's nothing to your left, there's nothing to your right. But you have to turn around and look back behind where the animation took you. It's not like the animation was different in this area. It was just that there was an animation. That the door animation always takes you that far into the room. Now notice that when we're with Joseph, you know, he's the one that started to change, but we always hear the sound and we always hold our heads. Kidman doesn't even seem to hear the sound. You can see that it's us turning this time.
Stay back. What is this? Did you shoot me?
You started turning into a monster. You attacked me. I'm sorry, but you're tainted now. You might try to stop me through you.
Wait, what are you talking about?
It's interesting that Sebastian doesn't seem to have any memory of almost turning into a zombie, the same way Joseph had done that to him a couple of times.
Get it open. Get it open. Get it open.
Leslie? Leslie, is that you? Leslie, that's good. Just a little more. What is it? Ruvik?
Help! 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 Help!
Hey!
I remember Kidman was asking about Leslie. She seemed more concerned about Leslie than she was about Joseph, even though we were telling him Joseph was in a bad way at the time. This area coming up is a fun area.
I'm getting tired of playing games.
I have it go. Well, this first part of the area always goes fine for me. It's not particularly hard. The key is to pay attention to that sign that says danger flammable. So you cannot shoot anything that has any sort of pyrotechnics to it. That includes if you've upgraded your crossbow to the harpoon bolts. If you upgrade those to, I think it's level 5 or anyway the maximum level, they become incendiary bolts. You can't use those in here either. I mean, I guess that goes without saying, but it's something to keep in mind if you're upgrading that. And you'll see why eventually. And I walked right up to that guy. Holy cow! I don't think he ever saw me. I don't think when I was playing, I don't think I saw him. I was pretty sure I would have not walked right up to him that way if I had. I've even tried shooting from up here, thinking maybe it would burn everything down there. No, it just blows up the whole. It blows up the whole building. Any spark in here kills everything, you included. Now there are 2 zombies that are walking around in this area, and it should not be that hard to get stealth kills on them, but it's so dark and it's so impossible to see anything. You're gonna see me. I keep trying to do this stealth-wise. But see, they seem to be able to see me with no problem. Like, I don't know if it's the light on my hip or what, but they lose you easily enough. This is a dead end. Coming back here is dangerous. Presumably, if you'd thrown the bottle in the right place at the right time, you could have gotten to the right place. But I think they actually work as a team. They will. Like, see, one's coming around every time they come, no matter where I hide, they come both directions around it. And they always see me before, they won't walk past the area. That was me thinking it was a place to go there. Of course, wasn't. You're never going to win a slugging match with these guys. I don't believe they can. I mean, I guess eventually, especially if you could heal yourself, you could maybe win that way, but as easy it is for me to lose them, you would think it would not be too hard to get behind them, but every time I try, I always wind up, they always turn. Just, it's like he hadn't seen me, he just turns around and there I am. But it's always just before I get to him. So of course, if you haven't upgraded your crossbow, there is one weapon that you have that doesn't make any sparks. And that's a harpoon bolt. Of course, you might could just use complete misdirection. Use the last bottle to get them to go over to an area that's a long way away. You saw the valve, the valve wheel back there where we were. If you drew them way over into this area, on both sides of me again, constantly, and they see me in the complete dark. So none of that is. But if you drew them way over there and they were off looking over there, you might have time to get this wheel. I need to say thank you to Jackie for that. I hadn't noticed that I was that hurt. Without that healing, I might not have made it through it. Certainly wouldn't have been able to take that. Another thing that you can upgrade, if you're not playing It Is What It Is, another thing you can upgrade is how much health the shots give you. So at this point I said, screw it, stealth isn't working. I have a crossbow. It works. Okay. And don't use the explosive bolt. Don't want to even accidentally use that at the moment. Now a lot of the growling and stuff that you're hearing now, there are more zombies in these cages. I don't know if on some different difficulty if they would break through that cage. They haven't broken through it on casual or on survival for me. I am not this far along in the game yet to tell you whether or not they do in Akamu or not. You'll just have to watch those videos. Hopefully I get this far in the game. Akamu may break me. I may not be able to complete it. It's been frustrating so far. But once the gas is off, now you can use your explosive bolts. Easy. There's two more zombies in there, but you know, one bolt easily enough. It's interesting that the almost kerosene lamp looking thing that you carry on your waist with a little glowing ember there on your hip, it doesn't seem to ignite anything, and you can turn it on and off. So that's most of the action taken away from the Chapter 11. We've gotten through all the difficult spots. I never really find that area all that difficult. I don't know what it's going to be like on Akamu for sure, but you're not really in too much danger. I just wanted to do it with stealth and just never could seem to pull that off.
Joseph.
Really, we're at the end of the chapter, but we are going to take another trip back to the hospital. So there's a few more minutes left on the video. What I'm doing now is I remembered that hanging from one of these cranes is a statue that has a locker key in it, but I couldn't remember where you were supposed to see it from. And so I'm looking here. It's not here, so, but you can see me looking around on, I couldn't remember if it was hanging from, or if it was near the center part, near the cab where the person would sit. It's actually not. It's hanging from the end of like that. But it's not one. It's hanging from that one, and so you don't have a shot on it from here because of that water tower. But I was afraid to drop down in case it was something I had to shoot from up there. I just remembered that there was one from the crane. Jackie had that written down in our notes, and she's saying there's a key hanging from a crane. I was afraid to drop down. Now you can see. He has no breath control, apparently. Thankfully, it's a little forgiving on aiming at things like that. I'm going to spend some time looking around here just to make sure that I'm not missing any resources that could be useful. Then we'll go back to the hospital. Get our 12th personal journal entry. A lot of the personal notes have to do with how he deals with the death of his child and the nanny in that fire.
You don't look well. You should take better care of yourself.
Hard to miss this newspaper.
Whatever is the matter? We have one key left again. Opening our 34th locker. More freezing bolts. Those are so super great for crowd control. They're also very expensive to make, so finding them in the lockers can be a real resource for you. They cost 5 pieces of whatever that junk is that you find. Looks like boxes of gears and things. They cost 5 to make. In runs where you can actually upgrade the crossbow bolts and you can make the area that affects bigger, it can be absolutely devastating because you can, a large group of people, you can freeze them all and kill them all with a physical blow, just breaking them apart. So it's great for large crowd control. They're expensive if you're having to make them, but finding them is a really good thing. Unlike the electrifying bolt, where you increase the size of the area, the freezing bolt does that, but increasing the electric bolt also increases the time that it holds them. For the freezing bolts, you can only increase the size of the area that's frozen, not the duration of the freeze. So on what I would call a kind of a light chapter 11 shouldn't be that hard as far as the combat situations go, and there aren't really that many hard puzzles to solve. It should be kind of a floating chapter, if you will, without a whole lot of challenge. It's interesting. You find some interesting things, plus there's some interesting, like the gas thing is kind of interesting. There's different things like that, but I had to use 2 health kits getting through it. I really don't think people think of this as a challenging chapter, so Hopefully I didn't. I must have made it overly challenging to me. Coming up, there's a zombie with a stick of dynamite. You can completely skip him. You could just go straight to your right. Okay. This is me not remembering where I shot that key down and thinking that it had to be in this area. It's not in this area, so I'm basically just wasting time looking for it. But our notes said that it'll be just before you leave the area, and our note had something about the safe room. And so we thought maybe the key had dropped by the safe room. I'm like, I'm pretty sure it didn't. I think it fell off of that crane there. See that one to the right? So it's right at the gate just before you leave the area. But you could go straight over there right now and not come into this building, and you could skip this guy. He's going to pop out of a locker up there with a stick of dynamite. On casual mode, he's not a problem. Quick shot. Just a normal shot. Another quick shot. Does use some handgun ammo. I knew I didn't have to come in here, but I thought I'd show it to you anyway. Obviously, since he has a stick of dynamite, he can be a danger. There was some goo in there, of course, to pick up. But yeah, so the key you shut down from the crane will be right up there next to that gate. We're going to pick up this goo and that key, and then we're going to head out that entry with that opening there. We're going to see Joseph, and that's going to be the final cutscene for the chapter. Hope you enjoyed Chapter 11. It's a fun chapter. I liked it. The water beast is kind of cool. See you next time.